The Nevada Natural Resources and Fire Information Portal is the primary mechanism for the Nevada Division of Forestry to deploy wildfire risk information and create awareness about wildfire issues across the state. It's comprised of a suite of applications tailored to support specific workflow and information requirements for the public, local community groups, private landowners, government officials, hazard mitigation planners, and wildland fire managers. Collectively, these applications will provide the baseline information needed to support mitigation and prevention efforts across the state. Wildfire risk and threat data layers were developed as part of the West-wide wildfire assessment covering the 17 western states. Assessment data for the state of Nevada was clipped from this larger data set for use within Nevada. NNRFIP, or the portal, contains 4 main applications, each of which are available to users with the appropriate permissions. The public viewer is a web mapping application designed to let users zoom to a place of interest, explore map themes, and quickly identify areas where fire behavior potential exists in relationship to homes or other valued assets. The feature tool in this application is called Assess Your Location. It allows you to identify wildfire threat and flame lengths for your location or any other point of interest. It provides a landowner assessment report customized for a proximity to your assessed location that contains both natural resource information and wildfire data. The Professional Viewer is a web mapping application designed to support the community wildfire protection planning needs of government officials, mitigation planners, and wildland fire professionals. The Pro Viewer contains advanced functionality and additional map themes as compared to the Public Viewer. The key features of this application include the capability to define an area of interest, or AOI, generate a detailed summary report, and export and download wildfire GIS data. Access to the Professional Viewer requires a valid user account from the Nevada Division of Forestry. The Focus Area Manager, or FAM, is a web mapping application designed for delegated NDF, Nevada Division of Forestry, employees to create, edit, and manage focus areas, projects, and activities within the state. It is designed for NDF to maintain GIS layers for focus areas and projects where they are conducting forest practices and wildland mitigation activities. FAM allows NDF to prioritize each focus area or project based on a number of scoring metrics, including wildfire threat, risk, suppression difficulty, fire occurrence, and other metrics. The administration pages are only available to the administrator role. Typically, only 1 or perhaps 2 individuals within NDF will be designated portal administrators. The administrator is responsible for unlocking accounts, granting access to the Professional Viewer and the Focus Area Manager, or granting access to those who request the applications. You'll notice the portal is located at nevadaresourcesandwildfireinfo.com, and it's accessible using Microsoft Internet Explorer 11 or higher, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, or Apple Safari. The Public Viewer is mobile responsive and is supported on smartphone and tablet devices. The Professional Viewer is supported on tablet devices. The Support button is accessible from the homepage in the portal. Click Support to access user manuals for each of the viewers, support documentation, information about training, or help desk. Comments or suggestions for improvement can be entered by users via the contact page on the site. You can also get more information about the portal by clicking the About page. Now we'll go back to the home page and access the Public Viewer. Once you enter the Public Viewer, visual cues are provided to help direct you to explore map themes or find a location or address. There are several ways to navigate the map. You can zoom to a specific location by entering an address, place name, or latitude and longitude, or you can manually zoom around the map using the zoom buttons or your mouse. By double-clicking, I can zoom into the map, or I can use the navigation buttons here. I can use the zoom to full extent button to zoom back out to the state boundary, and I can drag the map to pan. The map search tool allows you to select and search for a specific location of interest. You can enter an address, location, or latitude, longitude coordinates, then press the magnifying glass icon to search. There's more information by clicking the eye identify icon. I'll go ahead and type in Main Street, and by clicking the search icon, it's going to zoom me down to Main Street in City in Nevada. The map will search the extent of all search results, and you can use the map navigation tools to zoom in or out or pan from that location. You can peruse the map themes by clicking on the Map Themes button at the top of the header. Selecting the Map Themes button allows you to view key maps associated with the Western Wildfire Risk Assessment and the data provided by NDF and its partners. The maps are organized into the following groups: layers, base maps, and reference. The maps in the raster layers are considered active layers. You'll notice by clicking on one of the layers, a dot appears signifying that only one layer can be on at a time. You can adjust the transparency of the selected layer using the slider bar at the top. Legends for all layers are available at the bottom of the page. As I move my mouse, you'll notice that the legend at the footer of the page is updating based on what pixel my mouse is on top of. As I change the layers, I can expand the groups. And as I change the layers, you'll notice that the legend on the footer is updated based on the layer that's selected. You have the option to view a description by clicking on the icon next to each layer. And it'll provide more information about that layer, its metadata, or its the source. Reference layers is distinct from other groups. Its primary purpose is to provide supporting map layers or reference information for viewing in conjunction with the risk assessment maps. So these maps can be turned, multiple layers can be turned on at once. So I'll go ahead and expand some of the reference layers, and you can see all the available layers. Go ahead and zoom out to full extent. You can see, for example, I turn on the county boundaries layer, and that layer is overlaid on top of the raster layer. Layers such as PLSS, NDF regions, place names, Forest Service regions, fire, public facilities are all available for the public to peruse. All right, in the map tools section, you can see four main tools up here. The first is the Identify tool. The Identify tool allows users to click anywhere on the map and return information from all of the reference layers that intersect with the user's mouse location. The tool is extremely helpful in getting spatial information from a number of layers in one easy to read location. So as I click on the map in different locations, it's going to update all the layer information underneath that point that I clicked. The measurement tool allows you to measure distance or area on the map. Upon clicking the button, the distance measure is activated. A distance and area tool are available. You may specify the units of measure, and units may be specified before or after measuring. Swipe tool can be used to compare one layer with another. The top layer is the active layer selected in the map themes. The swipe layer is selected from the swipe tool drop-down menu. The widget provides horizontal, vertical, and scope swipe modes. So I'll go here and I can swipe between threat and riparian assets. And as I zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. Vertical, that's a horizontal swipe. This is a vertical swipe. and then there's a scope swipe, which allows you to peek through the layer and see the layer underneath. There's also a print map function. The print map tool allows you to create a simple map matching the contents of the map you see on the screen. Click on the print button to open the print map window. You can enter a title and a subtitle to appear on the map. The print preview map, which you'll see in a minute, allows the user to be able to zoom and pan prior to printing the map. So you can see the print map here, and then I can refine my extent by double clicking or panning the map. Clicking continue will send the map to the printer. The Assess Your Location tool allows you to identify wildfire threat and flame lengths for your location or any other point of interest on the map. The tool will provide a description of wildfire threat and flame length, a measure of fire intensity potential based on the conditions within the general vicinity of the location you define. Basic recommendations are also provided for precautions and preparation. The Generate Report button provides the user the ability to produce a PDF report based on the location. So you can see this bullseye here. As I drag the map, it's going to update the wildfire threat and flame length value. The Generate Report button provides the user the ability to generate a PDF. By typing in, you can enter a report name and click Generate Report. For sake of time, I've downloaded an assessment report, and you can see that it provides the user introductory information about reducing your risks or loss from wildfire. And that's provided by the Living with Fire and Nevada Network of Fire Adapted Communities. Natural resource data is presented in this report. It includes conservation data, conservation district, soils, vegetation, watershed, and plant hardiness zone data. So I'll scroll through the report, and you can see the information customized to my location. Clicking Home will take me back to the home page. Now, the use of the professional viewer requires prior registration and an approval from NDF. The professional viewer allows you to perform all the same functions as the public viewer. The differentiator for the professional viewer is the ability to create an area of interest and generate a summary report or export data based on that area. The Pro Viewer also has all of the layers present in the public viewer, plus many more from the WWA, West-Wide Risk Assessment, and others provided by NDF and its partners. So those can be seen by expanding the layer list and perusing the data in this dialog. The areas of interest tool can be clicked by clicking this button up the top of the header. You must create an area of interest if you want to generate a summary report or export data. The Areas of Interest AOI tool allows you to create, delete, zoom to, and select an AOI. Only one AOI can be selected or active at a time. So by clicking on an existing AOI, I'm zoomed to that location. This is a location that was created previously. Multiple AOIs can be created and saved. Your areas of interest are stored on the server and tied to your login. Therefore, they are accessible from any location. There are three primary workflows to create an AOI. The first is to create on a map. The second is to create from a reference layer feature, and the third is to upload a shapefile. I'll demonstrate creating it from a draw tool. I can use a point, a line, or a polygon tool to create and draw my shape. I'm going to use a polygon tool. I can click once to add a line, a vertice. And then double click to complete. I can optionally buffer that AOI by half a mile increments, and then click create, and that's going to be created. The other ways to create an area of interest are from a reference layer. So I can pick any of these layers and pick a feature from one of those. So I'll go ahead and pick county boundaries and then select Carson City. So it's going to zoom me to Carson City, and let's say I want to do a half a mile buffer or 1 mile buffer around Carson City. Then I click create. Oh, need to add a name. You can see the areas of interest above. Generate Summary Report will create a comprehensive summary report for the areas of interest you select. The summary report includes statistics, maps, and charts of all key risk assessment input and output data sets. So I can simply enter my email address or someone else's email address, and by pressing the Generate Summary Report pressing that button will create the report, and you'll be emailed a link when the report is ready for download. So I happen to have a report downloaded, and I'll show that. So the report's about an 85-page report that shows all of the layers within the Westwire risk assessment, charts and graphs and maps. So the other option for the area of interest tool is to export data based on your area of interest. By clicking the export data, it's going to once again email you a link to download the export when it's finished processing. The export data tool will create a zip file with the GIS data sets for the active area of interest. You have to define an area of interest before you create the zip file, and the zip file will contain a file geodatabase and a map document. The data is provided in an Esri ArcGIS 9.3 file geodatabase. Created a snapshot of what you might see in the download. So you can see all the data that's exported and clipped to your area of interest and then packaged up in a file geodatabase and a map document and zipped and emailed to you. That concludes our demonstration of the portal. Please visit NevadaResourcesAndWildfireInfo.com to start enjoying this awesome product from the Nevada Division of Forestry today.